Coming in, I'll show you around the property. When we originally bought this property, it was nothing but a big field. There was nothing here. So little by little, we've been putting in the irrigation. All the kids have been planting all sorts of different trees. Little playground that's about halfway done. This is the house that they've been building. We've got all sorts of fruit trees here. We've got mango trees, lemon, cashew, papaya, jackfruit, another one I can't remember, tamarack trees as well, a type of fig tree, all sorts of fruits like passion fruit and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of good things for them to eat, and they're learning the agriculture skills as well. We've got pineapple. There's been times that we've been growing onions, tomatoes, all sorts of different, the green leaves like spinach, rape, and all that covey and that kind of stuff. Also cabbage and all sorts of different squashes, pumpkins, and that kind of stuff. We have goats and chickens. We have a shed down there that's for the chickens. This is our chicken coop, fish pond, and goat shed. We keep animals as well, trying to teach them animal husbandry. The principle behind this is that the chickens are in here laying eggs and doing whatnot. Their poo falls in the water, creates algae growth, which creates food for the fish, and then we eat the fish for free. And then the goats just stay in here at night. You can see the boy with some goats right over there. And that's what most of the younger kids do, is just by learning responsibility, by having to sit and attend the goats and make sure they don't eat some things and do eat other things. Other kids are for cleaning up the chicken coop and all this kind of stuff. We don't actually have this in function right just yet because thieving is such a problem. We can't leave anything over here without people actually sleeping here 100% of the time. Kids built all that water tower. Our water is pumped from the well there up to the tank, and then, like I said, we've irrigated our property, so we've got spigots that are all through the property. So pretty much everything has a spigot within about 30 meters of it. It's for easy watering and irrigation. All the electricity we had brought in as well, and we're going to be wiring the entire property. This is a big shipping container that we've bought, and it's basically to keep all our tools, hand tools, basically high security is what we got it. It's all been wired. Again, the kids helped on the wiring, learning electrical wiring. It's got power come to it, the main power breakers. So everything runs out of the main workshop. This is the boys' bathroom and block storage for the time being. The bathroom will have 2 showers, 2 toilets, 2 sinks, 2 urinals, and it's actually, this is would be considered luxurious. Most of the Mozambicans, of the general population, they don't have indoor plumbing. They don't have indoor water. The toilet's a dug hole that's just outside with maybe some old sacks for modesty's sake, and they just basically do it in a hole in the ground. A shower is usually out of a bucket. So that's where being able to do this, give them plumbing and teach them plumbing, is actually very advanced for everybody else. All our own pipes, glue them, put the threads on them. Also, teach them how to put stuff in. The typical Mozambican building method is that you build the wall first, then you chip out a huge part, then you put the pipes and electricity or whatever you're putting in. And they consider it a very novel idea that you actually build the wall up to a particular point and then put the pipes in and then put the blocks on. So they were all very impressed that you could do that. All this stuff's been exposed to a lot of weather, so this was all given a nice varnish, but because it's taking longer than we expected, it's getting a little sun-baked. But we just keep varnishing it every once in a while to keep it until it's got the roof and everything on it. Agosha here is making blocks. This is the block for the fence, the breeze block. Basically, you take the mix of the sand and cement, a fairly dry mix. You pound it down as much as you can and as compact as possible. Then he'll scrape the top of it. To get it level. And you flip it over in your designated spot. A lot of pressure here. He's got to make a good block for the panel. And voila, you have one block, and that's those blocks that are out there on the fence. This is our mud hut. I'm showing them a little bit different way of doing it. What they usually do is put bamboo on both sides of the wood post and then fill it with garbage type rocks, broken blocks and that kind of stuff. And then they put cement over that. Those houses almost always fall and rot within about 5 years. Not that mine's going to do any better, but I put all bamboo on one side of the staka, and then we're using ant hills. Like I said, we have problems with termites, so we've got several termite mounds all around. We want to destroy the termite mounds and get rid of the termite colony anyway. So we're then now, as you can look inside, and we're mudding all the. So it's kind of like the old-time lath and plaster. But rather than lath and plaster, it's bamboo and mud. And so they give it a first coat that's mixed with grass to kind of give it a little bit of strength to it. And then they'll come back over and they give it a second coat of mud that gives it the smooth, and then they'll give it a third coat to get the final thing, the final look. Then we'll come in, we'll spray it with paint. We're going to just use your whitewash paint since it's all temporary stuff. We don't want to poison our soil and everything when it's... So it'll just be lime. We'll just paint it, so this will all be nice white here in hopefully a few weeks after it gets cut up. Buy curtains, put up curtains. This is all going to have electricity put in it. It's going to have water put in it, flushing toilets, showers. Like I say, so then when it comes time to build the next house, we'll build the foundation right here, and then the wall will come up. The electrical wires will be inside of conduit on the outside of this wall, so that when we build the next house, the proper house, we'll just literally building the wall right next to this wall, conduit, piping, all wall go into it, and then we'll pour a proper floor. For the time being, it'll be a dirt floor. It'll have plastic. We'll dig up some of the dirt, a little few inches of the dirt, put plastic down as a water barrier, the dirt on top of it just to hold the plastic down. Then bamboo, nice woven mats will be the floor. So hopefully you won't know any difference of it being a cement floor or a bamboo floor. But then eventually it will be a proper cement floor. And then we use all our scraps, wood, after we make a door or we make a table or a chair. We keep all our scraps. Then our scraps can be hoed up to little pieces that we can use for kind of like a chevron or a tweed or whatever you want to call it, design on the floor. So we try and use literally everything that we have. No waste. Been kind of learning as I go here. I'm not a professional mud hut builder, but making a few mistakes, learning as I go, so we're changing our style. We originally used these stockus posts for the truss originally, but it wasn't just strong enough, so we're going with a heavier pine. Then you can just see this metal grating that's on the windows. That's the actual what will be our burglar bars on the future windows. Very basic, very simple, not a whole lot to it. So here's the mud hut in the first stage. basically we just dig holes, pour a little bit of cement in it just to give it a little security, and where it just doesn't blow right over. The bamboo just right outside here, you can see a wall is originally built on the ground, like American style. They don't do that here. Usually they put in the bamboo, the posts first, and then just nail the bamboos on, which gets really annoying because it starts shaking and everything. So I've taught them to actually build the wall on the ground first, and then once it's built, we dig the holes and put it on here, and it actually goes a whole lot quicker, and they seem to like that better as well.